holiday. So.
Fair enough.
All right, let's kind of share a few things. Who found something interesting? Who wants to share something they found? Otherwise, I'll just call on you. Anyone? Yes.
I did mine on art, cultural institutions, how Web 2.0 changed museums and aspect of it throughout the decades.
Oh, that's cool.
So, what I thought was interesting was that they're moving forward, like how putting their artifacts and exhibit on there for people to kind of do.
Like a virtual museum. Don't even have to go there anymore because it's so interactive. That's crazy. That's an interesting topic. Cool.
That mine sounds kind of lame.
Right? So does mine. That was great. I've never heard that before. What'd you find? Let's go lame.
Let's go lame.
Yeah.
I did
do it.
mine on how it affects marketing.
Mhm.
So now if you're a business, you don't have to think of what product's going to do well. So let's say you're a shoe designer, you just go on Instagram, what's trending, and you see so many knockoffs of things now.
Yeah.
Making just look similar to the new Adidas and it sells.
Yeah. Which is kind of, I would think, as a product developer, if you're going to that level, it's got to be hard because if it's already on Instagram, it's done and made, and you miss the boat, kind of a thing,
Yeah.
until you make the knockoff.
5 million people trending on it. And
Yeah. So it's that's where I think those social influencers come in. Like, if you could get into their head and whatever they say, retweet, Instagram, whatever.
Yeah, they pretty much run the market.
They do. Isn't it weird? Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of could rule the world for us. So interesting. Who else wants to share something you found, or what your topic was? Thank you.
So I did mine on web applications, and their thought was it was more of defining what web applications are. So it was just talks about how it's like you go on Facebook. Their example was going on Facebook, and the reason how you get a new news feed all the time.
Yeah.
So it talks about how everyone knows what Facebook is or Instagram, and they get their information, but they don't really understand how it's refreshed all the time because of the web applications that it's provided towards the app.
Yeah, if you go to Facebook now at 9 in the morning and you don't have time to read something and you want to come back to it, I got to remember what that person posted and come back and read that, it's done. I mean, it's so buried. Unless you remember who posted it and you go search their feed, it's quickly refreshed. So, we're moving pretty quickly. If you don't read it and pay attention now, it's gone. Anybody else want to share?
I'll share.
Thank you.
I did mine on YouTube and how you can use it to boost your business
Yeah.
in the world of Web 2.0.
Yep.
And one example I had was if you were, let's say a flower store, you could post videos about all the different types that you carry, ways to arrange them.
Yeah.
You could even put out there gardening tips to bring in other audiences. And then I said if you wanted to collaborate, you could collaborate with, for Valentine's Day, you could collaborate with a chocolate shop.
Yeah.
Because that's something people always buy, chocolate and flowers.
Yep.
And bring in more business for you and for that other person.
Right. Yep. So the whole idea of social media, YouTube, Instagram, is, like we talked last week, it's not necessarily to sell, but it's that providing a service or helpful hints or look at this really pretty arrangement. You too can make this. Here's how you do it. Oh, by the way, go to this flower store and buy these flowers. But it's helpful. It's not just a hard sell. So YouTube channels are very popular, and we're going to take a look at some point and see how businesses are using them. But I think a lot of you told me last week that you follow you're on YouTube a lot, correct? Or you follow certain things on YouTube. Or if you want to figure out how to do something, you go to YouTube, watch a couple videos, and suddenly you're a master plumber and you can fix your sink, which is almost the truth for a lot of people. Not a master plumber, but you can do things and fix things. So, anybody over here want to share? Extra? Yeah.
Just like how Web 2.0 transformed selling from company retail fronts to individual artists such as Etsy. One big example.
Yeah.
It transformed from people, mom and pop shops, to word of mouth, to just being able to put yourself as an artist on a website, for example, as Etsy. And then you have a catalog, right? It's you. And then it's like, hey, she has nice cool things. So you click on her profile, and it's her store.
All of her store,
And it's all just her making her own things and putting up what she wants, not
Yes.
whatever
Etsy's crazy.
inventory they ask you to fill the stocks or to fill the shelves with. So it's like
Right.
that user generation of you can put blogs and send emails and do things, but you can also in that very small sense sell.
So true.
Yourself just YouTube. That's why it's becoming giant because of influencers. Like
Right.
selling yourself, and it's like, hey, throw a box of Cheerios on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Etsy's a great example of anybody makes something and they want to sell it. What were your options before? Maybe go to the craft fair at the local high school and sell your stuff for, $3 to people who complain that that's too expensive also at the craft fair. So depending on what you're making, everybody has a market. You don't need to have a brick and mortar storefront anymore. And people can find your things kind of by just surfing around on Etsy.
And then I also saw like that encourages, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, something called white labeling. So for example, right, just like I can make an identity for myself. So if I start a YouTube channel and I'm like, hey, I grow plants, right? And then I'm like, I want to buy some coffee mugs. There's somebody already making coffee mugs for everybody. All you got to do is, hey, slap my name on there. So that's what white labeling would be. It was just having a producer make all kinds of things for everybody, right? And it might seem different just because it has your name on it, but at the end of the day, it's the same producer, like the same product, just different spin on it because of the name.
Sure.
And people get like torn down, or not torn down, but they get like brought down about it because, again, it's like they have two influencers who they like, and they sell a product, and then you like source the product, and then it's like just from China, and all they do is slap a logo on it, and then it's like you're selling it for 3 times the price.
Right. Very interesting.
Or in alcohol too, it's like some cheap alcohol brands, they're all like different names and whatnot, but then you just look at the source and it's the same import company, the same
Yep.
distribution company or whatever.
Yeah. What's inside I do a project in my in graphic and web design. I can't remember what class it is, but we do a branding project, and several years ago we actually did it with marketing students, which was really fun because we had the marketing students first think of the marketing behind it, and then my graphic designers designed the packaging, but we took something very generic. So one year it was eggs, the next year I did milk, and one year it was toilet paper. But your task was to package it and brand it for different markets. So if you were assigned high-end luxury market and you're selling eggs, still an egg, right? Kind of like it's still a mug from China. But how are you going to package and brand and market that egg to get somebody to spend $15 for a dozen eggs versus $3 for a dozen eggs? How are you going to do that? That's all marketing, right? Packaging, design, how you get in people's heads. The toilet paper example was really fun because we had a high-end luxury market. We had your target audience was kids. Obviously, kids don't have a big wallet, so it's their parents. But think about kids at the grocery store. In the cereal aisle, what do they go for? What kind of cereal, or what do the boxes look like?
Box with that.
Yeah, whatever.
Character on there.
The character, the colors, the free toy inside, or the free digital download, or whatever. So it's the same thing with how do you get kids to beg their parents to buy this brand of toilet paper? It's all about the branding and the marketing. It's a pretty cool exercise. Okay, very good. Why don't you bring this up here right now, and we'll be done with that topic.